Hi everybody, it's Amy from Winterwood Studio, and today I have my second ever art studio vlog to share. It's pretty much a vlog from all of March, so I'll be sharing some scenes of snowy winter weather, some of the art I did during the month. I'll be organizing all of my Faber-Castell colored pencils, since some of you guys were very much offended by the fact they weren't chromatically arranged. And most importantly, we're going to be talking today a little bit about how to keep social media from ruining your art or ruining your development as an artist. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I've been struggling lately with my art and being on social media. So come on in and let's chat for a little bit. March was a crazy month. It had lots of highs and lows. The weather was really bad. We had tons of snowstorms, including one where we got over 24 inches of snow in less than 48 hours. On the other hand, I monetized my YouTube channel. I made lots of fun art. I got my first free art supplies from sponsors, and I started my Patreon sketchbook club. Near the end of the month, though, we had a family emergency and everything started to feel like it was spiraling out of my control. Once things started to feel out of my control, I started to focus maybe a little obsessively on the things that I felt were in my control. And unfortunately, I started to worry a lot about YouTube and my analytics and which videos were doing better than others. This brings me directly to today's topic, which was how not to let social media ruin your art. So I've been on Instagram for a long time, and I've definitely gone through phases where I've let the Instagram likes and statistics get to me. I sometimes will focus on what I know tends to get higher engagement, knowing that it will increase my visibility on Instagram, and ignore the things that I should either A, be working on, or B, would like to be working on in favor of the things that I know will do well on Instagram. I can also focus obsessively on things that are supposed to grow your Instagram growth. Like when they first said that Reels would help you grow your Instagram growth, I tried to post a Reel every day for a month, and by the end of it, I had severe burnout. And I think that my content had suffered from trying to push myself that hard. Even knowing that, I found myself dealing with similar problems on YouTube almost immediately after being monetized. For some reason, it didn't matter to me as much before being monetized, and even after being monetized, it's not like I'm earning a whole lot. It's a few dollars a day. I think it had more to do with the fact that we were dealing with this family emergency, and like I said, I felt like everything was out of my control. But somehow I focused obsessively on the numbers of YouTube. And by that, I mean that I noticed right away that there were certain videos that were doing better than others. The art hauls were doing really well. The mixed media videos were doing really well. But my pastel videos and my time lapses weren't doing so well. If you heard a little sneeze there, that was just Miss Farida. She's sitting in my lap with me, and she sneezed. So anyway, even though I had been previously really enjoying learning soft pastels and really enjoying the colors and the textures and laying the colors down, I started to feel like I shouldn't be focusing on that because they weren't doing very well compared to my other videos. It didn't seem to matter to my analytical brain that that's where my joy was at the moment. And that seems to me now, looking back, a really bad sign. It's true that I am hoping to earn an income from my art, but I definitely don't want to become some cookie cutter, please the masses artist making videos that other people are enjoying but maybe aren't furthering my art in the way that I want. I fully want to continue to develop and grow my art and really become the artist I'm meant to be. And that means learning new skills, getting better at certain things, continuing my education, but also just enjoying the mediums that I'm enjoying at the moment and having fun with them and finding the joy and happiness in my art, which is why I originally got into the art in the first place. It's relaxing and enjoyable and beautiful and fun and just something that really made me happy. But if I start focusing on the numbers and the likes and the analytics, I can totally see myself losing all of that as I try to push myself harder and harder to become what the algorithm wants me to be or produce what the algorithm wants to put out. And that scares me a little bit. And then after that, we immediately went right into the family emergency and things just got worse. I suddenly had very limited amount of time to produce the videos, and I couldn't spend even the few hours I used to spend playing on my art. And instead, I felt like I was forced to pump out exactly what would be the most beneficial analytics-wise for my channel. And that's when things really started to take its toll on my mental health. I haven't been on YouTube long. I'm coming up on my 3-month anniversary on April 15th. It's true that I did lose my job, and it's true also that I do need to find a way to make an income. But the whole reason I picked trying to make an income with my art was because I was trying to find a way to make an income that was more joyful and felt better to my soul than what I was doing previously. I really enjoy my art, and I really don't want it to become something that is just another to-do list checkoff item. I want it to continue to bring me that joy and that happiness that it always has. So we managed to get the family emergency to a stable point, and our family member is out of the hospital now, and that's good. And once I had that stress lessened, I was able to look a little bit more at what was going on with my brain and the YouTube analytics and realize that there was definitely a problem here. And so now the question becomes, how do I do this without letting it ruin my art? How do I still grow and develop as an artist and not worry excessively about the analytics or the popularity of one video over another? I had already made rules for myself on Instagram back when I was only on Instagram, and those rules were that I told myself that I wouldn't force myself into using only one medium because I'm passionate about more than one medium, and I refuse to be forced into just that niche of one medium. And the other rule was that I would show stuff that I made that I wasn't always happy with, both because I sometimes would fall into that trap of feeling like I couldn't post unless it was perfect, and then nothing was perfect. And then also because I feel like it's really unrealistic to only post what you think turned out perfectly. And I think it sends a really bad message to artists who are just getting started out. They see our perfectly curated Instagram feeds and everything is just beautiful and absolutely perfect. And they tell themselves, I can never do that because 2/3 of what I produce is crap. But the thing is that even established artists or artists who have been doing this for years, we make bad pieces too. And if we never show those to other people and we don't put it out there, we're creating unrealistic expectations for new and beginner artists. So those were my 2 Instagram rules, and I told myself I would follow those on YouTube as well. But somehow after I got monetized, it all went out the window, and I have come back to my senses now, and I really need to double down on those rules. And in addition to that, I think I might have to make a few more rules for myself. These are the other rules I have made for myself. So rule number 1 is once I post something either on Instagram or YouTube, I will not check the analytics for 12 to 24 hours. Rule number 2 is I will make a schedule at the beginning of the month of the things I want to work on and the mediums I want to play with, and I will stick to it no matter how the analytics do during the month. Number 3 is I will allow myself to play with whatever I want to in my sketchbooks for Sketchbook Club. Number 4 is that I will focus on content that will help other artists grow, and it will grow a community, which was my goal from the very beginning, to make a place where we could all come together and support each other and share our art and the way art is a therapy for us and just teach each other and grow.
that was one of the things I really was passionate about from the beginning, and I need to keep that core principle in my heart the whole time and remember that that's one of the driving forces for my channel and my community. And then the last rule that I am going to make for myself is to make sure I make time for myself. And that might be doing whatever art I want, but it also could be reading or yoga, exercise, watching movies, playing board games with my kids, baking, snowshoeing, skiing, taking a sauna, whatever it is that I need to do to feel like I'm myself and to not forget who I am and what's important to me. So those are the 5 rules I made for myself, plus the 2 original ones going forward.
Okay, so here's the first book that I recommended. This is the Sketch with Asia book. So you can see in her table of contents, she's got introduction, behind the scenes, creative journey, gallery, getting started, techniques and advice, and processes. So like I said, she does a lot of alcohol marker and pencil and ink, but she also does, here's one of her tools pages. These are some of the tools she uses. And she does talk quite a lot about sketching, and there's ideas and prompts you can do, and thumbnail sketching. I'll just do a quick flip through so you can see if it might be something you'd be interested in. Here she's on to the digital, because she does do digital as well. So that's the first book that I recommend. The second one is Sketch Every Day by Simone Grünewald. And again, I hope I'm saying that right. So her table of contents is artist advice, art fundamentals, and you can see it's stuff like light and shade, highlighted edges, lighting effects, visual stability. This has a ton of very, very helpful information in it, character design, and family life. So we'll do a quick flip through of this as well. This book is just filled with information. It's very, very helpful. It doesn't matter if you're not a digital artist. It works for any medium that you're working in, and I highly recommend this book. It is an excellent book. And then the third book is the Sketching from Imagination. And again, this is a whole series, and I think I've got 3 or 4 of them. This one is the Creatures and Monsters. This is by 3D Total Publishing. I think all of these books might be by 3D Total Publishing. I will say they are one of my most favorite publishers for art books. And like I said in the video just a second ago, these are all different artists. So let's go to the, so here, this is Stella Balik. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she'll have several pages from that artist, and then it moves on to another one who will, and then it moves on to another one who has a totally, completely different style. And then another one with yet a different style. So you get to see, and like this is digital, but they're not all digital. There's a lot of people who just work in pencil or pen and ink or colored pencil. It is an extremely helpful book for coming up with ideas and inspirations to fill your own sketchbook. In fact, the whole series is. I think I have, there's a fantasy one, there's a characters one. I'm not even sure which ones I have, but they're super fun to flip through, and I highly recommend them. All of them, not just this one. Hi Hi everybody, I'm back. So the link for the sketchbook club will be down below if you want to join in with us and come join the fun. I am probably going to start doing some exclusive tutorials over there as well, and you guys will be able to like vote and do polls and decide what you'd like to see. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for being here with me. If you enjoyed it, I'd sure like it if you could hit the subscribe and like button down below. And until next time, happy creating!